welcome back to episode 3 of Casa de Refresh. I hope you all are doing great and that you are having a great start to your week. So this video, I thought kind of the weekend project that I have in mind is actually doing a little, we'll say refresh to a couple items in our house. That I have been meaning to do for some time, but just haven't actually gone through it, taken the time to do it. And I feel like this is the weekend to do that. So one of the things that I have been meaning to do is actually paint the background of these two pieces from white to black. I bought this several years ago at, I want to say at Home, and I loved it for the time being, and now I just kind of want to do something a little bit different. I got inspiration from some wall art in the Ballard Designs catalog. I was going to say article. The Ballard Designs catalog. I will say that is where I get a lot of my inspiration for things that I want to do in the house. I don't necessarily purchase everything from Ballard's because it is on the pricier side, but I do like to get just some ideas or inspiration from there. And then I usually will look for a more cheaper option, I guess for lack of better words. I'll look for a cheaper option at other stores or so forth. So I had seen something, they have something similar in the sense of like it's gold frame, black background, and then I think it's like either like little flowers or some little gold detail. And I thought I could do that here. I think it'll make more of a statement. We do have this is our kitchen area. So this is kind of like the breakfast nook. And this is like the entry to get to our dining room. Our kitchen is very much black and white. All the cabinets are white, the countertops are black. Our kitchen island is black, so there is a lot of the black and white element in here. I feel like there's a lot of white because the majority of our cabinets are white, so I think that adding just a little bit more black accents into the room will just be a nice touch. In the future, a dream of mine, or kind of like a goal that I would like to do, a project, if I guess you can say, is actually paint our interior doors black. We were going to do that. I think we picked out paint. I mean, it's just a regular black, nothing too special. But we're going to go down the path of actually doing it. We started with our entry door, just get a feel for it. And I love it black, and I really want to do the rest of the house. The interior door is black. It might take I would say a little pause for now, just because we have Sebastian. Don't want him to be completely surrounded by too many fumes, but in the future, that'll be something else that we will do, and I'm really looking forward to that. But for now, this is what I plan on doing. I don't know how easy it will be to paint. I haven't actually really taken a look at it per se. Oh, I actually could. Oh, sweet. These actually unscrew. And I don't know if anybody else is like this. I'm horrible at taking out price tags. So bad. I will have price tags on things for years. And I don't know why. I think at first it's because I'm unsure if I definitely want that piece. So I don't want to hurry up and take off the price tag. But then it ends up just being wherever I imagined it for it to be. I just don't take the price tag off. I'm notorious for that. So I paid $24.99 for this. But it looks like I can easily remove this this flower piece and then just paint it. So that will actually make it much easier than I thought it was going to be. I thought I would have to like kind of work around the flowers, but yeah. So we will be painting this. And then there is one other piece of decor item that I have that I would like to just give a little change, some new life. So I'll show you that in just a bit. Welcome back to my living room. And yes, our tree is still up. I'm not sure when it's going to come down, but the decor is off and it'll come down at some point. So the other thing that I want to work on is actually this little mirror up here it's like on a little stand, and it is primarily white. It has it's like a white and gold color. And I've had that for several years. Actually, I think back when I lived in Florida. So more than 5 years ago, I've had that. And it worked at the time when we had it, like where I had it for decor, and I like the mirror there. However, given that we have that white background, I feel like it just kind of gets lost there. So what I want to do is paint that more gold, primarily gold, or add a little bit of dimension to it. I do have like different colors of gold, I believe. I think I'm going to try using I think it's Rub and Buff. I'm going to try using that for it and see how that works out, but I'd like to make it gold. I had been looking for some time for a small mirror that's like a sunburst mirror that I could put there at that top shelf, and I couldn't find it. And then I remember I had that piece hidden in our guest bedroom closet, which is where I kind of store all of my decor. I wouldn't say all of them. Majority of my decor, but there's still definitely a whole bunch more. So I put that there, kind of gave it a test, I guess, just put it there for a little bit just to see how I liked it. And I actually really like it there. So I want to paint it, make it gold, and I think it'll pop up a little bit more. And I'll try to somewhat match some of the other gold finishes that I have within this room. So those are my two projects for today. Hopefully that shouldn't take too long or be too difficult. And so yeah, I will take you up to my office and kind of get started on the actual painting phase. Hello, and welcome to my office / craft room. So I am at I have like a a standing desk. And this is where I typically do my crafts. I say typically, but to be honest with you, I don't do arts and crafts as much as I thought I would, but that's changing this year. My goal is to do more of the creative things that I like to do, such as painting and other things. So this desk will definitely get a lot more use, hopefully this year. All right, so one of the things, or what I'm going to start with, is the two wall arts that I have over here. And what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to use just some acrylic paint in black, and because it's not like the texture or the material is almost like a like particle board, I think, and the white, like the white on here has like some bit of texture. And now that I'm thinking about it, I probably need to dust this off before I start painting, but I'm just going to use paint. I have a lot of these sponge brushes, and then I just have like a tray. I'll buy like a pack of these, like what is this, styrofoam plates or trays from the dollar store, and that's what I use as to pour paint in to do my painting. So my last project I was obviously using black, so I'm going to go ahead and just use that. So I'm going to first try to remove these and hopefully not make so much noise, because Sebastian's in his room next door napping. We don't want to wake him up, but hopefully these will come off easily. So let me try doing that without actually having any tools. Okay, so that came off easily. Now that I'm looking closer at this, it's pretty dirty. That's okay. Let me go ahead and take off the other floral piece as well. It's not coming up as easily. I think I have pliers here. I did have pliers, and they're not there. Suspect that Sergio has them somewhere. Good. I'm not being quiet. So I'm going to try this. Oh, it works. Let's see if that was enough. Perfect. This is such a bad idea to do while the baby's napping. It's the only time I have to do things. Sweet. Okay. I am going, I didn't realize I was so close to the camera. Okay. I'm going to go grab a paper towel, dampen it up just to wipe off a little bit. I don't want it too wet because I don't want to get the actual material wet itself, but I just want just some stuff off. So I'll be right back. Okay, I found like an old towel, so I just put a little bit of drops of water on it just to dampen it. And just trying to get off the dust that's on there. Okay. All right. I'm going to, I don't plan on taping the frames. Well, maybe I should. I'm gonna start off not, and then if I feel like I need to get closer or I can't get close enough without getting on the frames, then I'll tape it up. But I'm gonna mix this and get started. See how it goes. Okay, so I painted the first one. A couple thoughts is, I think it's turning out fine so far. It is the first layer. I figured I would have to do multiple layers because it is coming a bit streaky. But again, I think that is, once I do another layer, I don't think you'll see the streakiness as much. I am able to get somewhat close to the edges. The tricky thing about this is that this actually kind of moves around, like the white board moves around within the frame. So I had to like be conscious of that when I was painting, making sure that I was holding down the white board. I could probably, to get a little bit closer, I probably could lift up these little like metal clasps here. I'm just afraid that if I try doing that, it might break. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that. I think that I can get closer, but with a regular paintbrush. I think that the sponge brush is just a little bit too wide. That I'm afraid to get too close to the edge and then get paint on the frame. So I will probably just continue and do at least the first base coat, allow that to dry. Excuse me, and I might get, well, I will get one of the other paintbrushes that I have that is just flatter to be able to get closer to the edges. So I'm going to continue on. So far, I'm feeling okay about this decision of mine. We'll see how it continues. Okay, so I finished the back part, and it is drying up. There's just like a little bit that needs to dry. So it is pretty dry. So I'm going to take advantage of it now that it's dry to work on the edges. This way I can place my hand on it when I need to move it around, or at least keep it still. And I'm just going to use one of these type of paintbrushes that I have that is wide, but it's also like narrow. So it should hopefully fit more easily closer to the edges without actually touching the frame. So we'll see if that works. Okay, I did the second coat of the edging and I dried it. So I'm gonna go ahead and go and do the whole background. I think I'm gonna switch over and just continue using this paintbrush because I feel like it'll have a more even application versus using the sponge brush. So I'm going to get started on the background. Here we go. Okay, while I wait for the other two wall art to completely dry, I blow dried it a little bit, but I'm just having them sit and dry for a little bit. I am going to get started on the mirror that's on the base. So a couple things. I could have sworn that I had rub and buff in gold, two different types of golds. I cannot find them for the life of me. I have no idea where they're at. I don't think that I threw them away because a little bit goes a long way and I only used them for a small picture frame. So I should have, I have no idea where they're at. So I am going to attempt it with, because it is kind of like a wooden material, I'm going to attempt it with some acrylic paint because I believe you can use this on wood material as well. So as you can see right now, let me try to block the mirror. It is like a white and it has a little bit of like gold metallic on it and then some wood showing as well. So I feel like acrylic should be able to adhere to it. And I have 3 different types of gold paint. I don't know if this is still good. I have so much arts and crafts that I like, tools and whatnot that I have had for years. And again, I guess I love the aesthetic of having like this whole arts and crafts area room, but never actually took the time to actually use the stuff. So there's stuff that I probably have that has been sitting there for a while that may have dried up. So this might be one because I don't think that it's going to work. But this one's a light brown. I have a golden brown, a golden brown. So it's like a golden color, but a little bit darker. And then I have more of a true gold. Oh, God. Oh man, we have new rugs or new carpets in our rooms. The husband would not be very happy if I spilled paint all over it. So ideally what I want to do is have like tonal colors or two-toned. As you can see, there are like grooves in here. So I'll probably paint it all one color and then probably within the grooves I'll want to do like a more darker color. So I think I'm going to use the gold as just the base color for everything, and then I don't know, we're going to see how this goes. I don't feel as bad if I completely jack this up because I've had this for so long. So there's no money wasted. Surprise, there's no price tag on there. I'm pretty sure I got this like a long time, like at Marshall's or something like that. It's typically where I got a lot of my decors, Marshall's, Home Goods, whatnot. Okay. So let's see. Let me pour some of this. Try shaking it up as good as I can. I'll pour some of this here. Whoa, it's just... Oh no. Let's see how this goes. What paintbrush do I want to use? I think I'll use kind of like a paintbrush like that to be easily able to get into the grooves. And I don't think I'm going to take it off the stand. I think I'm going to leave it on the stand because I think it's going to help make it easier to paint. So, ooh, this paint is not looking too great. Womp womp. Okay, let's see. Kind of looking a little clumpy. So this goes. That is not going on nicely. I don't know if it's because the paint is old and not painting well, or if it's because it has some white paint on there that may need to be filed down. But I mean, it is making it look a little bit more gold versus white, which is essentially what I want. So I'm going to keep on. We'll see how this goes. Okay, so here's the final product. I don't hate it. I don't know that I love it. It wasn't exactly what I was going for. I ended up also putting this color light gold over it just to make it look a little more gold. And I think it looks fine. Like even looking on the camera itself, like the video itself, it looks fine. I just feel like even though there's grooves, I do want a little bit more dimension. So I want there a little bit more darkness. This golden brown is more of like a true like brown color. I thought it was just like another shade of gold. So I don't mind it. I'm going to leave it like that for now because that's all I have available to me right now. But I do think that I may when I do go to the store like Hobby Lobby, I will look for some rub and buff to add to this. But I think it does the job. It's gold. And we got rid of all that white that we had. I think from far it doesn't look so bad. I think if you look a little closer, it probably doesn't look so great, but it'll do the job. Okay. So I'm gonna let that dry for now. And then I think here's the wall art. And I think it turned out pretty good. You can kind of see there's some paint strokes, but I don't think it turned out so bad. I think it's fine. I'm also such a perfectionist, so I probably noticed all the little details, but I don't think it's bad. We'll go with it. So I'm going to add back one of these flowers. And hopefully, nope, this is not that one. Two spread apart. This one goes like that. Ooh, I already like it against the black. Looks good. I'm going to screw the washer back on, or bolt. Put that back on there. And then do this side as well. I like it against the black. Yes, looks good. I'll be quiet because baby's sleeping. Where's the other one? I love it. I love it against black. That's a good decision. Good decision. Okay, I'm gonna let all these fully dry and then I will get them back to their home. Okay, so I didn't have a chance earlier to film an outro for that video because life happened, but I did want to get some clips of the both the wall art and the mirror in its spot with the changes that I made to it, and I absolutely love it. I really like particularly the black with the gold. I constantly pause and look at it and like, I really like that. So I'm really glad that I made that change, and it was pretty easy, thankfully. And the mirror, I wasn't too hopeful or didn't have very like high expectations when I was initially painting it. What I didn't show on the video was I did end up finding the rub and buff. It was actually downstairs in the basement with like the house paint supplies. So I was able to apply that. I applied various colors, and it ended up giving some more of that dimension that I was looking for, so it didn't look so like just one solid color. But I like what it looks like in its spot. I know that the actual clips themselves aren't the greatest, just the lighting is not so great. It's kind of early in the morning and the sun is just not, it wasn't cooperating with me, but you at least get the gist of the difference between the white in that background versus the gold. So really excited, not excited, but I'm very happy with the end result of both of those. I know I'm kind of like, what else in this house can I just give new life to? So we'll see what other projects I have in mind. But I hope you enjoyed this video and stay tuned for the next one. Talk to you later.